Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all my dear friends all around the world. We welcome you back to the Podinar series brought to you by Global Summit. And today we have a special guest, and I made it a point to host him because I know him since last many years, and I happened to visit him in Luxembourg, the beautiful city in the world, and to his surgery. And luckily, that day was his first uh, course, and I met another great friend of mine there, Dr. Mohsin from France. So here I present Dr. Henri Diederich, and he's from Luxembourg, and DDS, and born on 13. 13 is a lucky number for me. So 13 March 1958. So he's the grandfather of cortical implants and um, where nothing works. Here he brings in his own design, and today we are going to talk on pterygoid implants, the importance and how it helps in graftless solutions, providing graftless solutions, and those who are not ready to go in for sinus surgeries and all those things, and there is very little bone, atrophic maxilla, it works fantastic. Let me tell you about something about his qualification. The Scientific Studies Certificate, University of Luxembourg in 1979. I was 9 year old that time. Master degree in dentistry, Free University of Brussels, 1985. I was 15-year-old at that time. Additional qualifications which he has: University Diploma in Implantology from Paris, 1998, University Diploma Legal Dentistry, University Diploma in Personal Injury. Uh, he runs his own dental clinic in Luxembourg City since 1985. Practice clinical crestal implantology since 1998. Practice clinical cortical implantology since 2001, and treatment of craniomandibular dysfunctions. He's member of International Congress of Oral Implantology (ICOI), the German Society for Oral Implantology (DGUI), Dusch. It's in German, so it's very little difficult for me to pronounce, but I think Dr. Henry can tell us what is that. Dusch, Gessel, Kraft, for Zahn, I don't know. DGZMK. And the British Association of Forensic Odontology, BAFO, and other qualifications which he has is like he's the founder member and president of Implantoral Club Luxembourg, and uh, sworn expert in dentistry in Luxembourg courts. And there's a long list. Let us not waste time for that. It is big one list. He has many publications also. So many people ask about the cortical implantology, and they always ask for the long-term results. So he has quite a good number of publications, and above all, he is the personal dental surgeon to the highest premium authority of Luxembourg city, country. I think you have prime minister or president, sir.
Pardon?
I have seen that you are the personal dentist to the prime minister or the president of.
No, no, no. That is an error. That is an error, Sadiq.
No, but I see with the premier of your country,
Yeah, but that
you have
is
been
in my
awarded
function.
by him.
Yeah, you see, I have another function. I'm the Henri Consul. I'm Henri Consul of Latvia, so I have some diplomatic missions also. That
Okay.
is the reason that I saw you this on the pics.
And before we start listening to him, Dr. Henri Diederich, I would like to tell all my viewers all around the world that we have recently launched the Global Implantology Summit, has launched American Academy of Oral Surgery and AAOS.org. So I would request you, all of you, to visit that site, and you will find quite a good, I mean, like the world best people speaking there and as mentors. And I will be personally asking Dr. Henri Diederich to to come onto that platform also later and lecture on to his specialty, and because he is much into the pterygoid and the cortical and the plate implants, subperiosteal implants, where it is the thing which is where nothing works, and that is the thing which works in atrophic mandible and maxilla. So we are going to see his beautiful cases, and um, I am going back to the memory lane when I was there for the whole day, and he will tell something about my visit also there. So here I present Dr. Henri Diederich. Welcome, sir.
So, Dr. Sandeep, thank you very much for this very nice introduction. I'm very honored, and it's a big pleasure for me to be with you and with all the colleagues around the world this evening to share my experience.
Yeah.
This because I think in our daily life, sharing experience is the most beautiful thing that we may do. So thank you another time for this very kind introduction. And I think I will start with the presentation now. Let's go to the subject. So the
You need
subject
to share the
this
screen.
evening will be the pterygoid implant.
You need to share the screen, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. There.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, okay, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, so let's enjoy. The pterygoid implant, the question, is it an added value? Now here, nice memories, as you told Dr. Sandeep. You was with me in Luxembourg. It was very nice. It was a big pleasure to have you doing this long trip to see me, to visit me. Thank you very much. And here is a remember with our colleague, Dr. Morsin from France, and our German colleagues, I think we spent nice days together. And we were quite young at this moment, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, here we spoke about this. So we speak about the publications. So I did some publications just to memory. And then let's come to definitions. Now, the current definitions for the pterygoid implants, when we are looking literature, we have several terms are being used to describe pterygoid implants. And the terms pterygoid implants or pterygomaxillar implants and tuberosity implants are used interchangeably. And pterygoid implants have been defined by the glossary of oral and maxillofacial implants as an implant placement through the maxillary tuberosity and into the pterygoid plate. But there are significant differences between pterygoid and tuberosity implants, including the following. Pterygoid implants originate in the tuberosity and engage in the dense bone of the pterygoid plates and palatine bone. And tuberosity implants, however, originate in the maxillary alveolar process and can occasionally anchor in the pyramidal process. So the bone quality in this region is mainly composed of type 3 or type 4, so a cancellous bone. What are the key points? Pterygoid implant insertion is an alternative, as you already told it also, to avoid sinus lifting or other grafting procedures to treat the posterior maxilla. Pterygoid implants are especially used in the partial or total edentulism in order to avoid distal cantilevers. And the placement of a pterygoid implant requires, of course, surgical experience. Pterygoid implants have high success rate, similar bone loss levels to those of conventional implants. We have minimal complications and a good patient acceptance. Of course, when you are seeing the statistics, but I think here I'm a little bit doubtful about these results. If pterygoid implants is 90.7, for me it is much higher than this. Now we see here a posterior unilateral edentation. We have the sinus and we have no bone. That is the situations we are confronted, and then we have different treatment options. We all know that the posterior maxilla, we have what we have. We have a pneumatization of the maxillary sinus, we have resorption of the alveolar bone crest, and we have a low density of the posterior maxilla. The bone here in general is, we are looking to the classification of Sarp and Lincoln, done in 1985, is either class 3 or class 4. And then the characteristics of the atrophied bone are following. We have 99% of hydroxyapatite in collagen type 1. We have 1% of living cells, osteocytes. We have a poor blood supply in the bone structures. The blood vessels are located mainly in the surrounding of the soft tissue, and we have bone height from 1 to 8 millimeters. Jeffin and Berman are telling us that 30% we have 30% failure rate for implants placed in bone quality type 4, in contrast to failure rate of 3% only, of course, for implants placed in the bone of type 1, 2, and 3. So that is a big problem. We have this bad bone in the posterior maxilla. So what to do? Challenge. Yes, we will accept it. The treatment options in the maxilla when it is atrophied, so you see, you may do different things. You may, on the first point, you may increase the bone volume by iliac block grafting procedures, by left-foot 1 osteotomy, or sinus augmentation, or you will adapt the patient's bone volume by size, shape, size, operative protocols, and then we have the implants. We have short implants, we have zygomatic implants, and we have pterygoid implants. But, well, why are pterygoid implants not popular? I think there are different points. We have one, the industry, because the offer, there's not a big offer, and then it is not taught. And when it is not taught, it cannot be used. So that was one of my preoccupation, and I worked on this, and I tried to find the solutions for the colleagues for this. And one of the key points is, of course, the anatomy. Here we see a very nice situation of our pterygoid region. That is a real skull, and that is the region where we want to go. But then we have to know what's going there, what's happening. Of course, we may explore the region by CT scan. We may doing a palpatory examination, but this is less favorable in the maxilla, where the palatal soft tissue structure are thick and hard, so it is not an indication. And then, of course, we may do an orthopantomograph, so panoramic, which helps us to give a general view of the maxillary. But in general, we always have both. So we have a CT scan here, and if the CT scan, yes, we see also the nice configuration of our bone. Let's see this CT scan. We may analyze the situation. So we are seeing on our right side, number 1, the maxillary sinus. Point 2 is the lateral wall of the pterygoid process, and we have the number 3, the medial wall. So you must know and remember we have 2 walls. We have a greater palatine canal and the lesser palatine canal and the issue. So side view, from the posterior part of the maxilla, we have a set of 3 bones. You have the maxillary tuberosity. In the middle, you have the pyramidal process and the palatine bone articulated with the pterygoid notch. And posterior, you have the pterygoid process of the sphenoid. So the region is made as an assembly of 3 bones, another view here. So number 1 is the maxillary tuberosity, number 2 is the pyramidal process, and number 3 is the posterior pterygoid process of the sphenoid. Another time we see here this assemblage of the bone pieces, the lateral view, because it is very important, you see, to thinking in 3D when you are working in this region. And this is, I think, a pic which is very, very deep saying, you see, the sphenoid bone. The sphenoid bone is an unpaired bone of the neurocranium. It lies in the middle of the skull, and it helps in the creation of the floor and the neurocranium of the skull. And its shape somewhat resembles toward a butterfly or a bat, which it's tended. So it's quite impressive to see all this importance of this sphenoid bone which we have. The sphenoid bone is divided into the following parts. We have 2 pterygoid processes, we have a body, we have 2 greater wings, and we have 2 lesser wings. The pterygoid processes are 2 bony processes that extend downwards from the intersection of the sphenoid bone body and the greater wings. And each processes consists of 2 plates, a medial plate and a lateral plate. And we have the pterygoid notch. Please remember this pic, which is quite important. See the middle pterygoid plate. The medial surface of the medial plate constitutes the lateral boundary of the choana, or the posterior opening of the corresponding nasal cavity. So we are going to the nose. And the lateral surface of this plate makes part of the pterygoid fossa. So please, memory, a medial wall and a lateral wall. And then inside, you have the pterygomaxillary fossa. So the upper part of the anterior board of the pterygoid process bounds the pterygomaxillary fissure posteriorly, point I, and the intermediate part articulates with the maxillary tuberosity, and C, the lower part, articulates with the palatine bone. Which are our anatomical obstacles, or are there anatomical obstacles? Please look now and memorize. So we are, and that you must also remember, we are in a safe area because we have a lack of vital structures. What we are seeing here on the left, you see, you have the posterior superior alveolar artery and the nerve. And then on the right side, you see the palate. And outcome of the palate, you see the greater and lesser palatine foramina. And later on, you see the lateral pterygoid muscle. Another approach to see the greater palatine and the lesser palatine. And you see the plates, the medial and the lateral plate. Here to see the greater palatine foramen. Also to see, it is important to see the anatomic variation of the pyramidal bone, of the pyramidal process. You see, there are studies which have been done, and in these studies, the conclusion is that the side view of the cranium is analyzed, and it is possible to distinguish 4 different types of pterygomaxillary suture, depending on the form and size of the pyramidal apophysis of the palatine bone. You see, you have a type 1, you have a type 2, you have a type 3, and you have a type 4. Sorry, that should be 4 and not 6. You have then, mostly is type 2, 60.7, a right angle triangle, and then you have the type 3, and then you have the type 1. So this is important and interesting to know about this pyramidal process. And then, of course, we have the nerves and we have the vessels. the palatine nerves, so most of these fibers are derived from the maxillary nerve, coming down through the greater palatine canal and the lesser palatine canals. You see, 1 is the greater palatine groove, 2 is the greater palatine nerve, and 3 is the lesser palatine nerve. Another view to see, so the greater palatine nerve is the larger nerve descending through the greater palatine canal, and it emerges in the oral cavity upon the hard palate through the greater palatine foramen near the second or the third molar and passes for the groove in the hard palate. So that is, you see, it is important to open the flap and to see what's going on. A little point, just a point with the muscles. You must know that the pterygoid fossa between the medial and the lateral plates originates the medial pterygoid muscle. Here in cadaveric piece, where we see on point 1 the medial pterygoid muscle, on point 2 the maxillary tuberosity, and on point 3 the lingual nerve. So the insertion point of our implant will be on point 2. Also the muscles, just to say, here's the buccinator muscle on where it derives from the outer surface of the alveolar processes of the maxilla and mandible corresponding to the molar teeth. On number 2, you see the attachment of the pterygomandibular ligament, and number 3, the fibers converge towards the angle of the mouth, where they intersect with the upper segment of the orbicularis iris muscle. And at the maxillary tuberosity, some fibers are attached to the maxillary tuberosity. Vessels, so please see this also a pic to memorize. You see the maxillary artery, you see the wings of the sphenoid bone, so the pterygoid, and then important pic here to see the branches. So, for instance, the palatine artery is a branch of the third part of the maxillary artery, supplying the hard and soft palate, and the maxillary artery takes course either superficially or deep to the lateral pterygoid muscle until reaching the pterygopalatine fossa via the pterygomaxillar fissure. And then here you see where is the implant placement. Number 3, you are going through the tuberosity, you are going through the pyramidal bone, and you are going then in the cortical bone of the medial pterygoid plate. And you see our maxillary artery, which may be a danger, and is a danger, of course, but with the right technique, it is absolutely not a problem. You are out of danger. And also the posterior supraalveolar nerve and artery, another time to remember, to memorize. So the posterior supraalveolar artery is a branch of the third part of the maxillary artery, and it is descending to the tuberosity of the maxilla, and it splits into numerous branches, some of which enter the alveolar canals to supply the molar and premolar teeth and the lining of the maxillary sinus. And the posterior supraalveolar nerves arise from the trunk of the maxillary nerves. They descend into the tuberosity of the maxilla and enter the alveolar canals on its infratemporal surface, passing from behind forward in the substance of the bone. Here, another time to view this supraalveolar artery. Palate vascularization and innervation. I think all the guys, my friends who are working in the palate, you know this very well. So we have on point 1 the incisive foramen, on 2 you have the greater palatine artery, and on 3 you have the lesser palatine artery, you have the greater palatine nerve, and you have the lesser palatine nerve, all coming out from the greater palatine canal, foramen. Now, if you understood this anatomy to memorize, in the beginning it's a little bit difficult, but you must know it. Then is a question, and a very important question, how to place this implant safely. And how do we handle it, and what angle of insertion do we use? angulation, now if we are looking at the literature, the mean implant angulation is 74% in the anterior posterior axis or 81% in the bucopalatal axis relative to the Frankfurt plane. Or here, please look this. You have a virtual implant placement following the pterygoid bone corridor on the left side. Here the mesiodistal inclination is shown. Or here on the right side, you see an image showing a virtual implant placement in a coronal view. Please see your artery. But looking this and this, well, it's quite difficult to understand how to handle it. That's the reason I want to show you now another pic and how I do it and how I handle it. So I choose an angle of 45 degrees to the transversal plane, and I'm just going by a pilot ray. You see here. And then here to visualize, you have here your patient. You have to extend your head, and you are choosing 45% angle to the occlusal and transversal plane. I think this is easier to understand, to see where is your angulation and how to handle it. For here, another time you see where you have, how you have to end it. Well, let's see it here. The bone. Here you see the pterygoid notch, the X-ray, and here how to end. So the drilling point is 3 to 4 millimeter mesial and buccal from the humulus. So, and the drilling angle is distal to palatal. And here you have 30 millimeter safety margin. Insertion of your implant. And here you see another time how it is placed and what should be the placement of this implant. Now, how to handle it and how to do it. You see, if you are a beginner, I always advise to do a stereolithographic model, like here. You see on the blue, that is the medial plate of the pterygoid, and that is the direction we are aiming to go for. We are going directly to the wall of the pterygoid plate. I think like this, it is a little bit easier to understand. We are going to the cortical bone, but sometimes, yes, you will also stay in the muscle of the pterygomaxillary fossa. But please don't be afraid. There's absolutely not a problem if you're in the muscle of the pterygoid. You see your implant insertion, or like this. And here you see the preferred position, of course, is in the medial wall of the pterygoid plate. Here. But then the other point is which type of implant to choose. And it is difficult to find an implant matching all bone situations. Now, 15 years before, it was still more difficult. And that was the reason I'm very happy having all these experiences. I never find, let's say, for some cases, the implant, the best implant. And that was the reason I designed my own, let's say I had the idea to design a pterygoid implant. And I had the chance that the company, the registered company, which is the brand of Root Implants, which I could work together. We designed this implant and finally it came out on the market. And I'm very happy about this. Because you see the efficiency and the action of these new implants, we are just doing a pilot drill, just a little hole, and that is another time safety, because less invasive we are with a drill. We are just using a pilot drill with 300 tours, or you even may do it with a hand. With a hand driver, you may also do it. And then you see it really goes in the bone very slowly. It is, let's say, a soft insertion technique. There are different lengths, yes, but for me the best length is 20 millimeter. And also in the publications you have find that done by Bashley and that the longer implants had a higher survival rate. So I always take 20 millimeter. Here you see also final position, but here you see they are in the muscle. And what happened here? The bone will grow over the implant. Not all over the implant, but there will be bone growing over the implant. Why? Because you know that osteoblasts are in love with titanium. You see here the insertion on a cadaveric piece, another time. Our implant, you see the issue of the foramen greater palatine, the greater palatine here, and the direction of your implant. And here you see also on the cadaveric piece, the position of the apex of the implant in the pterygomaxillar fossa. That may happen, and it is not a problem. You see, here it is in the muscle. So the flap opening, always going behind the tuberosity. I prefer always to open. Yes, you may do it flapless. Of course, it is an option. I know there are colleagues who are doing it flapless. Of course, it's wonderful when it works, not a problem. Sometimes I do it. But in general, I prefer to see, because I see where is my boundary. So I open until to the posterior part of the tuberosity. And of course, very important, I always stay outside my sinus. So my enter point will always be in region 8. Here I use my pilot drill. Important also is the inclination of the head of the patient, which means that the head has to lean back. Insertion. Slow insertion by hand. I always want to control it. I go slowly to feel it. And then my final insertion will be with a wedge. And the torque will be between 50 and 100 Newton. And here, the finished placement. Of course, you may, of course, do this by guided surgery to feel absolutely free and to be safe. Or you may do it freehand. So myself, I do it freehand because I do it now over 20 years. So I know my anatomy, I know to handle it. But please, to all the beginners, go safe, go guided. And here we are taking the implant, and here it was even done by flapless, and so ratchet in the insertion. Another point which also must be known is impression. How taking impression? Because putting an implant is, let's say, quite easy, but then the prosthetical part is tough. It is important. You must know what to do. Transfers, and here you see that was also my my idea to produce a long transfer. They have good access. They have good access to the pterygoid. We are ready for impression here. So also with the pterygoid, we have different techniques. We are doing delayed loading or immediate loading. Here it was done in immediate loading. But then you see your tray has been opened, and more this transfer is long, better you can handle the impression material around this implant. And here the impression is finished. Next step will be a try of the framework. And here also I have real bulky screws, which are very efficient. So I just use on my pterygoid no other multi-unit. I prefer this because less screws I have, more security I have, because we know all a screw may screw up, may screw us up. And that is, I prefer just a fixing point. And here you see the angulation and the finished metal ceramic bridge to fix it. And then is the situation in the mouth. We may do healing caps after surgery. And for the prosthesis, it's very important to have no teeth, because it is just a fixing point, and you must tell this to your lab, because your lab, of course, will do your teeth. It's normal. He cannot understand that we don't need a tooth there, but please, it should be without a tooth, because otherwise it will be a big discomfort for the patient. With the muscle, the patient will be very unhappy if you are doing teeth. So please, no teeth in position 18 and 28. So take care of your bridge configuration. And then also you need special tool, you need a long screwdriver, and then you see here how it is fixed at this point. burning out caps for the lab. So this is done, my fixation point is done by the lab with a burning out cap. And then here you see these nice, wonderful bulky screws, which are also produced by trade company, which are part of this. And I'm very happy about this result. Let's see some case reports. That is our Mr. COVID or Madame COVID, Mrs. COVID or Mr. COVID, who is doing a lot of mess to us all. Some simple cases by delayed loading, because here then it is a question now sinus lift or what to do, because here you see, of course, the pic. I don't have here now the CT scan because it is easier to show it now in this way. And you see we have a mobility of tooth 27. So we took out these teeth, we put our implant, that was already the healing period. You see the implant. We are taking our impression, we have the model, try-in of the metal frame, and our finished metal ceramic bridge. And here the placement, you see the nice healing, that is the day of placement. And here you see it is done like this. So the bone quality was very bad. So a sinus lift had to be done or another opportunity, because otherwise it would not be efficient. Also here, so this was a patient of 67. She wanted to replace her missing teeth on the right side, but also here bone was very tricky. There was no bone or bad bone quality. And also we had the thin ridge, So we decided to do delayed loading, and the final result, because as the crest was very thin and it was not large, I could also use these special implants also by the trade company, which give us a compression, but I did delayed loading and I could save this case in an easy way. Of course, my colleagues, there are other treatment options, but here you see it is really minimal, it's minimal invasive to do it in this way. This patient here had a broken bridge on his right side. You see there was no more bone. You see the pterygoid implant on the left side was done very, very long ago. So here I decided to put a hybrid plate. But I did here also delayed loading, because you see of the situation of my bone. I put here a normal two-piece implant in position 14. And then my plate and my pterygoid implant, I waited, because also here it's depending, because I had no issues on the mesial part. I did it like this, and then was the finished case in November 2019. And position of the pterygoid implants, look where is this angle, how it is placed. So case selection, patient selection, delayed loading, immediate loading. Of course, if you have a total maxilla, let's say it is easier, because you have more space, you may work a little bit better. So here, of course, we have different treatment options, but there was not a lot of bone, and also the crest was very thin. And here I did, you see, 10 days later, the patient got his bridge. It was done by immediate loading. 10 days later, and here also look, the left and the right pterygoid, I put it freehand, and the angle was always the same. So of course, myself, I'm always amazed and excited to see how I could match this angle and to see the result. Or another application. So this patient, he did not want a sinus lift, because you had here different options. It was the option to take out the tooth number 27, and then we did this, and the final result was that. So of course I had to take out the tooth number 24, but it was the wish of the patient to do this treatment option, but that it was an immediate loading, so one surgery, and 10 days later the case was done, and here we have a follow-up for 6 years already. Or here, this lady, she got a bridge 3 years before coming to me, and look at tooth number 16, but of course she was very unhappy. and the treatment option was extraction and immediate implantation. So I had a very hard talk, so I could do immediate loading. Of course, treatment option, but minimal invasive. In this case, he wanted to replace his missing teeth on the right side. Look what we did. We did a Pterygoid implant, a hybrid plate, and one-piece implants with a high torque, and I could do immediate loading. Of course, the plate gives me the safety to do also immediate loading. That is the reason I may do it. Or this lady, she wanted fixed teeth in the maxilla. We did it, the same protocol, plates, Pterygoid implants, and immediate loading. Or another tricky case done in 2013, of course, different treatment options, but let's say it's difficult, especially in the maxilla. But you may imagine, so it was Pterygoid implants, plates, and one-piece implants. And here another case, please have a look at the Pterygoid implants, left and right side, 35%, 45% angle to the transversal plane. Also, this lady, she wanted to replace her teeth. It was a case done in 2013. That is the most difficult cases to do because you have no space, so you must work on this issue. And then the result was this. Just to see another time the angulation of the Pterygoid implants and the results of follow-up. No problems all over there. The surgery was done. The surgery was done in one shoot. So here. This man, 57, case done in 2013. You see no bone. Of course, sinus lift would be the option, or you do it like this. You put a hybrid plate and the Pterygoid implant, and you do the case. And 10 days later, it was finished. And result after 7 years, no problem, no issues all over the years. This patient, you see the maxilla also, there was no bone. Of course, here you may do different options, bone grafting, or you may do zygoma implants, or other options, of course. But I did in this way with the plates and with the Pterygoid implants, and there was an immediate loading 10 days later with a metal acrylic bridge. Also here, left and right side, patient quite young, 52. So let's see the result. On the left side, I could do here immediate loading because I had enough bone to do it. But on the right side, but here on the right side I could not do it. So the option was delayed loading because I put here another time a two-piece implant. I waited for the integration. Then I did it, but the result was this. And then anyway, it was minimal invasive. As I always allowed to say, implantology is never an urgency. So we have time, and time will be with us or against us. Also this case, you see, it was a female of 54. She wanted fixed teeth in the maxilla. There are not a lot of options, and the patient did not want neither sinus lift, neither bone graft. So she came to me to see me, and we prepared the plates. So the advantage, the plates, for instance, to zygoma implants is that we are being outside the sinus. We are adapting these plates. We have different type of plates, and we fix them. A special groove is prepared. You see here a groove is prepared to receive the plates, to get an osseointegration, so it should not be subperiosteal implant, but it is an implant to get integration. And then we finished the bridge 10 days later. Here it was metal acrylic bridge for financial reasons. And that was the result after 10 days. And here after 3 years, no issues, and happy patient. Also this patient, you see, he wanted fixed teeth, and he was already old, 79. So we could do one shoot surgery. We put the plates, we put here one-piece implants, the Pterygoid implants, because that is always important if we want to do an immediate loading. Here we have a try-in of the metal frame, and here a metal acrylic bridge was a day of the placement. Here also, this case, 4 years follow-up. The patient came like this. So what may be the treatment plan? Of course, you see case selection, patient selection, treatment plan. Patient, please, what do you want? But she wanted a solution to her situation. We decided to extract all the teeth. We used pterygoid implants and hybrid plates, impression after the surgery, and 10 days later, immediately, I put a metal ceramic bridge, placement after 2 weeks, X-ray, and here also, after the 4 years follow-up, no issue, happy patient, treatment option. Now, value added of the pterygoid implants. Yes, because sinus lift is avoided, may be avoided. Of course, sometimes when you have tooth number 6, which is missing, of course, you cannot put the plate, you must do sinus lift. So that says the indications. But it allows, we may do a short surgery. It is less expensive, less invasive and aggressive. We may avoid bridge with cantilever, and it favorites the biomechanic of the anterior implants. It allows a complete rehabilitation for total bridges, especially for patients with a big smile, and gives antagonist to the mandibular molars and avoids bone graft. Let's see some cases I did from 5 to 15 years old. So here is a case done and the follow-up 8 years, or here also 8 years or 7 years. Always the same look, the inclination of the pterygoid implants. Or here, strong cortical anchorage, 10 years follow-up, or here. Here, sometimes you see the angle is different because it is depending on the muscle. Sometimes it's difficult to enter the mouth and have a good point. Here. So advantages. What are the advantages? It is predictable success rate and long-term clinical outcome. No bone graft is necessary. It shortens the treatment and the healing period. Immediate loading is possible. It decreases costs. And sometimes it is not necessary to do something and the sinus is preserved. Disadvantage, damage to the palatine artery. Yes, due to malpositioning of the implant, but if you know your anatomy, it should not happen. I never had an incident during the last 20 years by all the implants I put. I think I put more than 600 pterygoid implants. The procedure, pterygoid implants, the procedure is technique sensitive, so it is semi-blind procedure through 15 to 20 millimeter bone. And the use of surgical splints and model is essential. And then prosthetic complications, yes, you must reduce the soft tissue thickness at the tuberosity at the time of implant placement in order to avoid the pocket depths. So that is, you must manage this. So, however, it is important to emphasize that this technique needs special training, complete mastery of the surgery involved, and a very good knowledge of craniofacial anatomy. And it is therefore intended for use by an experimented implantologist or even a very highly experienced implant specialist than as a beginner. I personally give training. I give training in Luxembourg or at the Queen Mary University in London. That was before COVID. Now we have to wait. So thanks to COVID, I used the time to do online course. And I have a training for placing of pterygoid implants, and I have also training for hybrid plates, so for cortically fixed at once, which may be seen on cortically fixed.com training or here on this webpage. So I think it is very well done. And unfortunately, if this time of COVID, and it may be useful for colleagues who are interested to do the training and to learn it later on, maybe see it in practical life. So thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank
So,
you so much, Dr. Henry, for a wonderful introduction to pterygoid implants. And we can't see you. Yeah, pterygoid implants, plate implants, subperiosteal, what I believe. And what I remember when I saw you personally in Luxembourg in 2014, um, what I saw that there is a change in the design now.
yes, there is an evolution. It is an evolution.
Yeah, and the biggest advantage I could see is the multi-unit abutments, two
Yes,
piece,
yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
because
We have now, you see, when we're doing a maxilla, when you're doing a maxilla or mandible total rehabilitation, we have one platform. We have one platform for all our implants we are using. One platform.
yeah, because many people are little, they have little inhibition and all those things regarding the cortical implants. Like it was single piece, and initially people used to bend it, and that bending was like very gross, because then the sleeves and the plastic sleeves and prosthetic part, people were not convinced because it was cement retained, and because of that cement retention, there used to be a lot of uh, after a few months or a year, the cement used to go away, and that used to create a lot of food lodgement, and that leads to peri-implantitis. Still claiming that it has a smooth surface, but still there used to have a lot of failures. So,
Yeah,
and when the failure happens, a lot of bone has to be taken out, because the patient loses a lot of bone and a lot of morbidity involved into that.
yeah, absolutely. I agree. I agree absolutely with you. So, just one word to the one piece implants, as you mentioned. I always allow to say that also a one piece implant, yes, it is an added value for our daily clinic. You must just know how to handle it and when to use it, because believe me, sometimes it gives me a lot of profit for some cases. But another way, you see, for me, you cannot do all cases with one piece implants. This philosophy is not. But you may use in a very good way one piece implants. But you see, please, case selection, patient selection, because you have the responsibility for your patient. What is best for your patient? That is your responsibility.
So I'm really happy to see the long-term results, like 7 years to 15 years,
Yes.
which is pretty good span. And I would like to know that is this system is FDA approved, because many countries they won't allow anything to be placed inside the mouth if the approval, the American system approval and all those things.
It is on the way. It is on the way. So the company is working to have the FDA approval. They are working already 3 years on the papers. So they are nearly reached the goal. So, but unfortunately now also to COVID, there's time losing, but it is on the way. It is on the way. So it will come to the States.
And I remember that when I was there in 2014, it was not available in India. But I believe when I was talking to you day before yesterday, I think it is now available in
Yes.
India,
Yeah.
and it is with Dr. Nanda, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So all those people who are listening and watching from India, they can get in touch with Dr. Nanda for the implant designed by Dr. Henri Diederich, and especially pterygoid implants. So they can always get in touch with him and his son, and they can take an advantage. But after all, the whole presentation, my sincere request to the people who are trying to place pterygoid implants, don't do it until and unless you are trained properly.
Yes,
So training
of
is
course.
very, very
Of course.
important, because you are going to deal with the plexus, and a lot of bleeding can happen. And
You must know. You must know the anatomy. That is mandatory. It is mandatory because otherwise, it is you are drunk and you are drunk and you are going over the street and you don't know if a car is coming or not. Huh?
yeah. And what about the digital, some kind of guided placement
Yes,
with these
of
implants?
course. Yeah, of course. Of course. So I spoke a little bit about the guided surgery, and that is also what my recommendation. I have three recommendations. First, of course, to learn the anatomy. So please, that is possible. Huh? By doing the training, you are get trained in the anatomy. Secondly, do a stereolithographic model to see the region and then do your guided surgery because everything is possible. Please go step by step.
So, my sincere request to all the viewers who had watched his wonderful surgeries, if you want to do this, bring it into your day-to-day practice. I believe whenever the bubbles open up, the flying bubble opens up, this post-COVID era, later after that, prefer going to Luxembourg. It's a beautiful city. I
Thank
never
you.
got a chance to see the city because I reached there. I was in Germany. I reached there in the morning and I left in the night. So let me tell you about Dr. Henri Diederich. He's an amazing person, because something which is very important is having a good person as such. So he is very nice, wonderful personality he has, very good human being, and his wife, she is wonderful host, and she's from Morocco, and they have adopted, they have children, and then they are other than dentistry, they are good human beings. That's very important. So thank you so much for being with us, Dr. Henry, and it was wonderful talking to you, getting in touch with you after so many years. And I would like to thank all my Global Summit team, especially the person who brought in this concept, Dr. Kianor Shah and Dr. Javed, and then myself. I was there initially, and then Dr. Zita Gomes, Dr. Ionis, Dr. Mina, and Hakamia, and Carlos, and the whole team, along with two very dynamic dental surgeons from India, Dr. Pritinder and Dr. Prashant Bhasin. And they have been working, Dr. Sangeeta Pai, Dr. Vaibhav Gupta, Dr. Chakshmir. It's a full team, Dr. Jishan from Pakistan. So we have been working, bringing in the best of education in implant dentistry and dentistry overall. So thank you so much, and namaste from India.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my dear colleague. And hopefully we see you soon live.
I'd love to see you again.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So take care. All the best.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, you say